Can you mute your mic, please? Thank you.
My bad.
All right. So we got the Badabing podcast back, and this is. I mean, it would be the season. I think season 2, episode 27. But I think we're starting on new season. So season 3, episode 1. And you know what we got to start with? We got to start with the intro song. So let's play it real quick.
Yeah, we been ready. Every time you see we fire, ain't no coming down. Everything we visualize, who's a warrior? Every single person I know. How we build it from the bottom till we got them high low. Yeah, we been ready. Every time you see we fire, ain't no coming down. Everything we visualize, who's a warrior? Every single person I know. How we build it from the bottom till we got them high low.
We never, ever, ever had an intro song for this podcast before. That was like the first time you like revealing
No,
it.
it wasn't. He played it.
Nah, you just ain't been here for a while.
Here.
You didn't do in the last one.
Because I didn't do in the last one because it wasn't set up.
Yeah, bro. That was a great intro to me coming here. That's a great introduction.
Thank you. You give a compliment. That's good.
And just music, I like that.
Now it's going to be a
Well,
two-man.
kind of look like Bronny.
Who?
I get that a lot. I get that too much. It looks like fun.
I think
I do look like Bronny to you.
I think me and Bisnack, we're going to be running the show for a little bit to start out.
I mean, hey, I'm down.
Go ahead, let's ramble off about the NFL Combine. I'll see the real ones in a second.
Let's be honest, Bisnack, that when it comes to the Combine, not even all who is that echo?
Is it me? Like, did I have to turn on echo cancellation?
Yeah.
Damn, I can't even do that no more. So I guess it is what it is.
I can see if I can do it. Oh, it says it can't be changed while recording.
Yikes.
All right. I'll try focusing. So for the NFL Combine, we'll submit that some of the top players don't even do the Combine because they don't see a point in it, or at least QBs.
Yeah, that was a very cute. Like, that was a very QB thing. There was only like 4 quarterbacks, I think, that did it. Like, come on, bro. Even so, I guess you don't get as much out of the Combine as a quarterback as you would other positions, such as wide receiver, corner, running back, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Even D tackles.
I mean, even at that, it's just when you're the top player and you know you're going to get drafted high, it's not as big of an impact for you compared to the upcoming people. Like, because for them, that is a chance for them to earn a position.
I mean, I guess.
And get their draft stock higher. You think you're already going to get a high draft pick, you're just wasting your time, basically. Because if you know your worth and you know you're going to get drafted high, then it's just a waste of time.
Well, Chop Robinson knew he was going in the first round. If not late, mid. If not mid, he could have gotten drafted like top 15. But he still did it. He showed out.
You said who did it?
Chop Robinson. The Penn State edge. Yeah. He was almost guaranteed to go first round.
Yeah, I see it right now. He got a 6.70 grade.
I mean, he really did show out. Like when he got there, I was high on because he's a Penn State boy. I was high on him, and he proved me right. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, his 40 time was the thing that showed out the most in a lot of people's eyes, which I was noticing.
I'm my boy Ohio State, the best receiver in the draft, Marvin Harrison Jr. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna laugh so hard when Marvin Harrison isn't what everybody expects him to be.
Ooh, stop it, bro.
I'm gonna laugh so hard. Like, I'm gonna be
bro.
like, all y'all was so high on this Marvin Harrison fella, and he not even top 5 3 years in, bro. Everybody's like, Marvin Harrison the next this, Marvin Harrison the next that. We'll see.
Maybe people on social media, but nobody else in the chat has said anything about
I'm not talking about chat. I'm talking about social media. I'm talking about everywhere I look, talking about the draft. They talk about Marvin Harrison this, Marvin Harrison
I'm the
that.
main person repping Ohio State. I know this man is a future. I saw what he was doing. He had a terrible QB. Kyle McCord, trash. And he carried the team. Marvin Harrison Jr. was the heart and soul. He's just like Terry McLaurin. The heart and soul.
That's the only thing that people have to say about him. Oh, look at his quarterback. Look at his quarterback. Look at his quarterback.
It's just like Terry McLaurin. The heart and soul.
Okay, but we ain't never see them outside that environment. So, amen. Maybe that's his roof. Maybe that's his ceiling.
He's had a good QB before. Like, what do you mean? I was just saying last year he didn't have a good QB. He played with CJ Stroud.
Yeah, like, I'm just saying, like, CJ Stroud and college different than the NFL, bro.
He was amazing in college. What are you talking about?
Okay, but I'm saying it's different than the NFL.
But he still played with a good QB. He was a good QB. He's one of the best QBs they had in Ohio State history. Usually, Ohio State QBs don't turn out good. But
that's not what I mean. I mean him being in the NFL, like NFL, college doesn't always translate to NFL. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying especially for Ohio State, that's the case. If you look at Ohio State QBs, a lot of those Ohio State QBs didn't translate to NFL, like Cardell Jones, JT Barrett. Justin Fields is still, he just needs another chance, but he hasn't. CJ Stroud, he looked amazing for just coming in it, but he's like the first one in a minute. I mean, Justin Fields was supposed to be the first one, but with the Bears, he's looked good at some points for the Bears. I want to say he's a flop. I think he's in a bad situation. The Bears is not a position where you want to be in to build. I mean, when's the last time the Bears had a good QB? Let's talk about it.
Never. But like, in saying that, like I understand that, but there's no evidence. It's very hard to measure how good Justin Fields is. It is very hard because the Bears is a terrible situation. It's a horrible situation. I would have wished that upon my worst enemy to be on the Bears because that is terrible. They're a terrible franchise. They're a terrible franchise, exactly. But they're terrible. Like, they have terrible management, terrible GMs. Like, they don't know what they're doing. They're walking around like headless chickens and can't find anything to help themselves out. And it's preposterous. It's absolutely insane to me.
How is Jay Cutler the second best QB in Bears history? That's
because
sad.
They've never had a 4K yard passer ever.
That is sad. Justin Herbert would carry that franchise. Oh my!
Justin Herbert can't even carry the Chargers. Like, stop. Can we stop that? Can we not even try to make that narrative?
I'm talking about in terms of his stats. He was stat pad on the Bears.
He would stat pad. There's nothing to stat pad.
He had 5,000 passing yards.
Cool. That don't mean nothing.
So he would definitely have 4,000 before. With
you acting like they would accommodate Justin Herbert. They didn't accommodate Justin Fields. So what makes you think they would accommodate Herbert?
Herbert was in the draft class. He was with Joe Burrow, Tua.
What does that mean to me?
he was in a better draft class. He was.
It doesn't matter. Justin Herbert was drafted 11th overall. What?
Okay, but Justin Herbert was a more valued QB than Justin Fields.
Cool, but I'm saying they didn't try to help him in any way except DJ Moore, who they got this season, and even at that, Matt Eberflus was their head coach.
Their O-line is a big problem for them. That's wasn't accommodating.
And their wide receivers, they didn't help out Justin Fields in the first
11th overall. Justin Herbert went 6.
It took them 3 years to help out Justin Fields. 3 years.
Justin Herbert went 6 though.
He went up. Okay, what is that? What?
Yeah, so
nothing. At the end of the day, they're both first round quarterbacks, and the Bears have yet to accommodate a quarterback ever. Yet to.
I mean, Al Robinson was doing amazing for the Bears.
Accommodate a quarterback.
Yes, he was a weapon for the quarterback.
I understand that, but I'm saying you at the end of the day, you have Matt Nagy as your head coach and Mitchell Trubisky as your quarterback. Like, no, that's just having Allen Robinson.
I don't even know why we trying to argue about the Bears. It's the Bears. Like
That's real.
I wasn't even trying to argue about the Bears. All I was saying was about Ohio State QBs. And then you went into the whole thing. I just said the Bears. I even admitted. I said the Bears is a bad franchise for Justin Fields. I'm not supporting them at all. But I'm not gonna say if Justin Herbert was in that position, he would be terrible. Justin Herbert is better than Justin Fields. He's a better passer.
Okay, but you can say that. But when the people around you let you down, you look worse than you are.
Okay, but I'm just saying Justin Herbert would be the most talented QB in Bears history. Justin Fields is now the most talented QB in Bears history, in my opinion. Look at his potential.
for sure.
But his rushing here.
Am I lagging?
No, it's him.
Or
I said, did he have 1,000 yards? I said, did he have 1,000-yard rushing last year?
who? Justin Fields?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yes, that's.
I'll fact check.
That's very talented.
Oh no! That wasn't this season. That was last season.
That's something.
I said last season.
Yeah, last season. Yeah.
He led the league in rushing yards
For quarterbacks, yeah.
But what did that translate into?
Obviously, I'm talking about quarterbacks. Like, what do you mean?
I'm saying like record wise.
Huh?
Okay.
It translate into wins.
Okay. They were like they were like the same record around that they had this year.
At the end of the day, it's the Bears. It doesn't really matter who they get in the draft.
Yeah,
They need to swap out staff. Staff is their problem. It sucks for Justin Fields. He needs to go to Atlanta or something.
Yeah, he would be great for Atlanta.
come to the
I've been
Commanders.
saying this.
No, don't go to Washington. No, please don't go from one poverty franchise to the next. Please don't. You go further diminish your
You would be in a way better position with the Commanders.
Why would I be salty? I have nothing to be salty about from y'all. Y'all haven't done nothing in the past how many years? Nobody cares about Washington. They went through 3-team brain brand changes. Y'all made merchandise, and that showed Washington State and not Washington D.C. Not even the people who make y'all merch know where y'all are. Nobody cares about
Talking
Washington.
about that one moment from last
Yes, I'm talking about that one. They made cups with Washington State on it instead of DC.
The worst thing was the worst thing was the statue that they did for Sean
So
Taylor.
y'all fumbled. Y'all fumbled.
When's the last time y'all made it to the damn?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
When was the last time?
We talk about. We just talk about
When's y'all last Super Bowl?
We talk about what just
When's
happened.
y'all last Super Bowl? That's all I gotta say. Screw the rest of that, bro. Trying to talk with them.
Did you cry?
Washington.
Did you
All right,
cry?
bro. All right, bro. Yeah, no, you're not funny.
Oh,
Stop laughing.
The Bears went 3-14 last year. Dang.
So all those stats for nothing.
I wouldn't say for nothing.
It's not his fault.
I wouldn't say for nothing. It showed that what he could
showed his
be.
value.
It showed right. It showed what he could be.
That's why people are interested in Justin Fields. But imagine if the Commanders trade their pick for Justin Fields, I'm going to be pissed.
He's not worth a first round draft pick.
He's
not even worth a second round draft pick, in my opinion. I'd be hard pressed to trade my third round draft pick for him.
All right, nah, you tripping.
I'd be hard pressed. You'd have to sit me down and convince me.
That's still a generational QB.
Generational. He's not even top 15 in the league. Stop.
Just because of the position that he's in.
No, not because of the position he's in. He's not top 15. Justin Fields is not a top 10 quarterback.
He's top 5 most talented QB in the league. Yes,
what? Top 5? All right, name it. In order right now.
Top 15. I meant top 15 most talented.
I'm not talking about talent. I'm talking about what are you? Like, you are not a top 15 quarterback.
The position that he's in with the Bears.
Not
like,
the
what are you
position
talking
he's
about?
in, bro.
Yes, he is. That's why it's a
multiple
generational
people's
QB.
been in bad situations and they still made it through better than Justin Fields has.
None of them were in the position as the Bears. So what are we talking about?
None of them was in a position like the Bears, bro. Justin Fields,
don't say
not
CJ
Justin Fields, Justin Herbert.
Don't say CJ
That's an even better example. Thank you. That's an even better. You're handing me in my lap a better example. In my lap, you just handed me a better example.
D-Hop and JJ Watt.
Yeah, how long ago? Because it wasn't last season.
How long ago was the Bears?
Because it wasn't last season.
When's the last time the Bears were in the playoffs?
That's cool. I'm saying CJ Stroud single-handedly turned that franchise around. Thank you. Thank you very much.
He didn't single-handedly. Will Anderson won defensive rookie of the year too.
Cool, bro. He single-handedly turned that franchise around. Stop it. It was single-handedly. Will Anderson had 7 sacks. Stop. Please stop.
Okay, and he won defensive rookie of the year. What are you talking about?
Defensive rookie of the year, bro. Bro. You're comparing rookies to rookies. Hey, man. I'm not in the...
Both carried the team.
No. CJ Stroud was a top 5 quarterback. Not rookie quarterback. Quarterback.
Who was the top 5 then?
Lamar, Mahomes, Allen, CJ, and Dak, I guess. I don't even know if I want to put Dak there, but
you said
anybody else at 5.
Wait, so you said you did, first of all, Brock Purdy was higher than him in MVP. So how are you going to say?
I'm not going to say Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is a merchant of his system.
He still was higher than him.
No, I do not care. I do not care.
You're not going off of facts then.
I'm not facts.
If he's
MVP is just a lot of people's opinions. That's what MVP is. MVP. No. Stop this. Hocus pocus. Brock Purdy is what from the 7th round to the best quarterback. Stop it. He had a one-person offense. He had Brandon Ayuk. He had the best left tackle in the league. He had Deebo Samuel. He had all the pieces and one of the best defenses in the league on top of that. And he still couldn't get the job done.
Okay, you can still be in a great position and still and still get credit for what you
He
did.
wasn't even the top two. He wasn't even a top 3 player on his team. No, I'm not saying he's better than
It doesn't
CJ
matter
Stroud.
if he was a top 3. That's just how talented the team was.
How talented? Yes, the talent around him. He wasn't even the second best player on his offense. Stop. He wasn't even he wasn't a top 3 player on his offense.
CMC was a top player in MVP. Like, what are you talking about?
Yes, ahead of Brock Purdy.
Yes, and ahead
You
of
know what
CJ
CMC
Stroud.
is? A receiving back. He makes it. Oh my goodness. Kyle Shanahan. A Shanahanian offense is all like 1 yard throws and screenplays, and that's exactly what kind of merchant that Brock Purdy is. He's an average quarterback in an elite system.
Okay, and he still was high for MVP. That he was higher than CJ Stroud. So in that sense, that he was better than CJ Stroud in MVP.
No, Brock Purdy is a decent quarterback. He's good. Maybe even I don't know. Maybe even top 15. But no, he's not top 5. Get that out of here. Get that out of here.
And he's definitely top 10.
Get that out of here.
Last year he was
that out of here.
He was top 5 in MVP and
he's only top 10 in the league where every other quarterback is injured.
No, he was top 5 this year. So
Brock Purdy is not a top 5 quarterback.
He is not a top 5 quarterback. This is ridiculous. This argument we're having is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Top 5. Man,
it is absolutely ridiculous.
Better than him, bro.
Like literally, like
and I just said he was top 5 in MVP conversation.
I don't care. I couldn't care less. I really couldn't.
Okay, that's the basis.
When you have Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and Trent Williams on your offense alone, don't talk to me, bro. Don't talk to me. You cannot prove to me anything.
He was still second. He was second right behind Lamar in MVP for most of the season.
He was not second.
Yes,
and Lamar wasn't even top. He wasn't even the favorite for most of the season.
I'm talking about when they went to face. It was Purdy and Lamar, and Josh Allen and Dak. They were saying whoever won the game between the 49ers and Ravens, that would be the MVP. Do you not remember that?
Yeah, you know what Brock Purdy did in that game? He showed me exactly what he does against what he can do against an elite defense.
He threw interceptions.
You know how many?
Threw like 3.
You know how many touchdowns?
Threw like 1 or 2.
No, 0. 0 touchdowns. You know who had a touchdown in that game? His backup. Sam Darnold had a touchdown in that game. You know who didn't? Brock Purdy. Like, get out of my face. No.
That was one bad game.
It was one bad game. No, he's just not that good, bro. Like, he is a game manager, bro. He's not even a great game manager at that.
He's a solid game manager.
No, he's okay.
Yes, he's solid.
He's okay.
He's just a Brock Purdy hater.
I'm not a Brock Purdy hater.
Yes, you are.
I'm a hater. I'm a hater of people who inflate him. Stop inflating this man, bro. Please stop inflating him.
I feel like he's way better give him too much.
No, he's way better than.
You're giving him way too much credit.
I'm giving him credit for the position.
Way too much credit.
People getting drafted as last pick in the draft are not going to be getting playing time most of the time.
Yeah, but everybody else on the team got injured, so we got a chance. Cool. In the best offense, he had all the Infinity Gauntlets and still couldn't get all the Infinity Stones and couldn't get the job done.
He got the people that got injured. Trey Lance got injured.
Bro, Brock Purdy is on the same level as Baker Mayfield. Stop. No, Baker Mayfield played amazing this season.
Baker Mayfield was a first-round pick. How was that a comparison?
I think that he played better than Brock Purdy.
Like, Baker Mayfield is on the or not Baker, Brock Purdy is on the same level as Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield was a first-round pick.
I don't care if he was a first-round pick or not.
Yes,
we all know how good he was once he got to the league. I'm talking about after you got to the league. How good are you?
It doesn't matter if you're getting drafted.
It does matter. Why doesn't it matter? What? The NFL is all that matters. I'm not looking at Lamar's college stats and being like, oh yeah, that's why he's so good. No, I'm looking at it because he won 2 MVPs.
I didn't say that's why he's good, but if you're drafted in the first round versus the seventh round, you're having higher expectations than a seventh
That's
round.
only expectation. I don't care about expectation. Once you prove to me what you can do. And Brock Purdy has proven to me what he can't do.
Brock Purdy has proved more than Baker Mayfield did.
No, he hasn't.
He had his opportunity.
That's crazy.
Baker had his opportunity with the Browns, and he was terrible. He ruined it.
What about this year?
With the Bucks, they made it to like the second round and lost.
Okay, that was a lot. That was pretty far for the Bucks, bro.
They beat the a broken down Eagles team. Like that's not.
Don't say broken down. They had one missing piece, bro.
They had the best player on the team.
Not the best player on the team.
Yes, AJ Brown was playing as the best player on the team.
He was not the best.
No, that's the best player on the team. What are you talking about?
Yes, you don't know what you're talking about now.
No. He was not the best player on the team. He was not the best player on the team.
Yes,
you know that one play that made the Eagles so good this season. What player makes that possible? Jason Kelce. He is not the best player on the team. Stop.
Yes, he is.
I give AJ Brown a solid 2.
You're saying Jason Kelce's the best on the team?
Yes.
All right. Let's go on to the next topic. Let's go on to the next topic, yo.
Like, stop it, bro.
No,
y'all just don't give credit to O-lineman. It's all right.
No,
it's all right.
So is Trey Williams the best player on the 49ers?
No. But that's just because CMC's just better.
He's the best lineman in the league. How is he not the best on the team?
Because CMC's the best running back in the team. CMC's the best weapon in the league. He's the offensive player of the year, bro. Stop. That's not comparable. That's not comparable. That's not comparable. That is not comparable.
Hold up. That makes no sense. How are you going to say MVP doesn't matter, but then you're talking about offensive player of the year? That makes no sense.
What? When did I say MVP doesn't matter?
Yes, you did. You said when I said that Brock Purdy was higher than CJ Stroud MVP, you said that's favoritism. It doesn't matter.
I didn't say favoritism. Yes,
you
moving my words out of context, or not even out of context. You're just twisting my words.
Then what did you say?
Listen, you said, oh, he was top 5 in MVP voting, and I'm like, that's just a bunch of opinions. Because you were like, because you were using that as fact.
It's a bunch of opinions for offensive player of the year too. What are you talking about?
Yes, but you were using it as fact. I'm not using it as fact. I'm using it to support a claim.
And I was using it as a support. Why?
No. Because the statement you said like 2 lines before that. All right.
I said that Brock Purdy was better than CJ Stroud in the MVP conversation. He was higher than him in MVP, and then you said that's a bunch of opinions. So I don't care what the MVP conversation
standings look like. Yeah,
our MVP standings look like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I can say the same thing about offensive player of the year. They don't.
Okay, and at the end of the day, who has more value? Who has more value on the San Francisco 49ers? Trent Williams or Christian McCaffrey?
When do they?
Who is more unreplaceable?
When do they have offensive?
Who is more unreplaceable? Answer me that.
I'm in the middle of saying something. I'm not going to answer your question when I'm saying something too.
Because he's not.
That has what? No. If I'm saying something, I'm going to finish what I'm saying too. Now, I said that when's the last time they've had an offensive lineman high in offensive player of the year or an MVP? They don't do that at all. So that's not a good basis. They go off of popular positions for the award. It's mainly offensive positions too for MVP. And obviously, offensive player of the year is offensive players, but the offensive players is usually running back, wide receiver, or QB. It's never tight end. It's never offensive lineman. It's definitely never fullback.
Because it goes off of perceived value, and most of the time, O-linemen, because there's 5 of them, don't carry enough value.
When you stand out as the best lineman in the league, you should be in the conversation.
No, you shouldn't.
Yes, you should. You
shouldn't. You can only do so much as an O-lineman. You can't block 5 people. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying people are still going to get to the quarterback. People are still going to get pressure. It doesn't matter. You're never going to win an award like that as an O-lineman. But at the end of the day, it goes off of value.
You just said an O-lineman can do so much, but you just gave an O-lineman saying he's the best player on a team.
Yes, I did. Because of how the Eagles were running it.
Okay, and that's the same thing you could say for it. say that an O lineman is better than a running back because
You could say that. You could.
Okay, so why shouldn't they be an offensive player of the year conversation?
Because Christian McCaffrey is an offense. He is an entire offense.
I didn't even say Christian McCaffrey.
This originated from Christian McCaffrey.
I said if you listen to my question, I said why shouldn't an offensive lineman be an offensive player of the year conversation?
And I explained it to you. I gave my response.
And I just said the exact same thing about you just said that another O lineman was the best player on his team when you're saying that O linemen are limited to what they can do.
Yes, which is saying something.
Yes, and that's the same thing I can say for Trent Williams. He's the best O lineman, so he does a lot for what he's limited to too.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Jason Kelce, right, is the only reason why the tush push worked so well. He is the sole reason.
And Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey are the two people that are the reason for the clock management. Trent Williams, because of how good of his blocking, he be pancaking a lot of players, and that gives Christian McCaffrey open field and get a bunch of yards.
I understand that, right?
Christian McCaffrey mainly, if you see, he mainly goes to his left side than his right side.
I understand that, right? But at the end of the day, who holds more who holds more value to your offense? That is my question. And in my opinion, am I also humble? But if you really look at it, in my opinion, Christian McCaffrey obviously holds more value than Trent Williams. But when you really look at that Eagles offense,
it's just because of his position.
It's not because of his position. It's what he does on the field. No, because I'm
running back.
If you replace Christian McCaffrey with, I don't know, give me a name like a Miles Sanders. I'm saying if I'm not, I don't know about all that, but like I'm saying, like a Miles Sanders, I'm taking Trent Williams. That's obvious. He holds more value than Miles Sanders. That's just how it is. It's not the position. It's how well you play at the position.
Miles Sanders is not even up there for a top running back, so it's not a comparison. Obviously, he's going to be better. That's Christian McCaffrey. He's obviously the best. He's the best running back in the league, and he's a top player in the league in general and stuff. So obviously, but the fact that Trent Williams even the conversation with him, that shows how good Trent Williams is. He's best at his position too, but he's not talked about like CMC. Everybody thinks CMC is like, when people say about the 49ers, they're like CMC, he's the MVP of the team. He's the star player of the team. He's carried the team. There's no mention of anybody else. They say Deebo Samuel, he's not doing the same. Brandon Ayuk, he's playing better than Deebo, and Brandon Ayuk's not even a star player on the team. And then nobody even mentions Trent Williams. And then you go to the defense; those are the people that get mentioned more than the offensive players. Now on the offense, but then when we're talking about O lineman versus receiver for the Eagles, AJ Brown, he was a difference maker for the Eagles. Even if you don't say this year he was better than Jason Kelce, last year he definitely was. He had his best season, and he had 11 touchdowns, 1,496 yards. He was taking over the offense, and there was nobody else really. I mean, Devontae Smith was doing a little, but it was AJ Brown was taking over the offense. He was the reason. He's the reason. Him and Jalen Hurts are the reason they made the Super Bowl. Jason Kelce was good too, but Jalen Hurts was an MVP. He was like second in MVP behind Patrick Mahomes, and then AJ Brown was like, people were talking about him being that he was going to be Super Bowl MVP. He was going to be the MVP for the Eagles because he was the game changer for the Eagles. He was the person that got the Eagles back into contention. The Eagles were not in Super Bowl. They hadn't made the Super Bowl. The last time they made it is when they won the Super Bowl. And it's been a minute. I mean, it's not like a long time. It's like 4 or 5 years. Devontae Smith, he did pretty good too. I mean, he had 1,000 yards, 1,196 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
All I'm saying is that it's not the same. That's it. That was all I'm saying.
We didn't even get to talk about the combine.
I guess. But like, I mean, we talked about most things, like the top players sitting out, some of the standouts. We didn't talk about like the elephant in the room being the record being broken, but that don't mean too much to me because bro is only going to be running go routes and whatnot. Because if he runs a slant, then he's just gonna be out for the next 5 plays. Because he's 160. No, you're 160 in the NFL. Like, what do you think you're doing?
Like he reminds me of John Ross or Kadarius Toney.
No. Well, John Ross maybe. Kadarius Toney. That's kind of disrespectful.
How?
Because Kadarius Toney is notorious for having no hands, and he's not even that fast at that.
Kadarius, he is one of the fastest.
He's not.
Yes. When look at his 40-yard dash.
That's cool. On the field, he's not faster than Waddle. On the field, he's not faster than DK. On the field, he's not faster than Reek.
We're talking about 40-yard dash, though.
I'm not talking about no 40-yard dash. I'm talking about how translate to the game. I'm talking about translation to the game.
He ran a 4.39.
That's cool. Big.
That time would have ranked 8th among all wide receivers of the 2022 NFL scouting combine.
Big whoop.
That's pretty fast. But John Ross, he was one of the fastest. He had I think John Ross had like the second fastest time. He had 4.22.
Yeah, he ran a 4.22, and then they set the guy who broke the record ran a 4.22 initially, but then they like rechecked it and they were like, oh, 4.21.
Yeah, that's why I was confused because it said 4.22. But they changed it to 4.21 because I guess they checked it. I mean, if I were John Ross, I would be mad because that's all he was really known for, being the fastest player in the NFL, having the fastest time. But I'm just gonna say, a sleeper out there. This is a good corner, Nate Wiggins. I'm excited to see what he can do. He did good. the 40-yard dash, and he looks like he got some good coverage as well. Nate Williams 40 time 4.28 as a cornerback. That's amazing. I'm excited for Bo Nix too. I'm a Bo Nix fan. He used to be on Auburn. You know, he was cool in Oregon, but yeah, Bo Nix. He's going to be a solid QB. The top two QBs though, definitely Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and people say Drake May's third, but I want to see more from Drake May. People are comparing him to like Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, blah blah. I don't know. I'm not into the whole North Carolina hype. Like these North Carolina QBs are not it. Like we just saw Sam Howell. He didn't improve to be-ish. And now Drake May, like not really. I mean, what the difference is he's way more hyped than Sam Howell. Because Sam Howell went in like he went in like the 5th round or something like that. And Rome, the wide receiver for Washington, he's pretty good. He's a top receiver in the class too. Malik Neighbors, he's probably second to Marvin Harrison Jr. in the draft. He had the best grade, it looks like, Malik Neighbors. Brock Bowers, obviously very good. Best tight end by far. Some people think he's going to be elite. I don't know. I mean, last time people were talking about tight end being elite was Kyle Pitts, and he was drafted like top 5. And I mean, it's not really his fault from like the QBs he's been dealing with and stuff. I mean, he had a 1,000-yard season, but like no touchdowns. So it's not really his fault, but it's like I don't know. I don't know if I mean, this draft has a lot, so I don't know if I'm picking a tight end top 5. That's my opinion.
You don't draft a tight end top 5. You draft an O lineman, a QB, or Marvin Harrison. That's about it.
But what O lineman can go top 5? Yeah, but the O lineman for Penn State has a higher grade than him, and Alabama.
I mean, yeah, but I still think Joe Alt goes above them.
It's definitely going to be a lot of QBs going in the top 5. Because a lot of the teams in the top 5 need QBs. Or teams trading up. I mean, a lot of people can use QBs. Jatavion Sanders, he's another good tight end. But I don't know. I mean, these tight ends, they're iffy. Like, they're solid, but it's like, I mean, I'm just not picking them early, really. But let me see what's next. Okay, we were saying NFL resign period. I mean, already what's happened. T. Higgins got resigned.
Well, he got tagged. He didn't get re-signed. They couldn't find a deal. The Ravens said they were gonna franchise tag Beaks if he didn't resign. I remember that, bro. Because like, oh my goodness, we need Beaks.
Yeah, I mean, he led the team in sacks.
Yeah. But like even more so, like Beaks is just his value is just crazy. There's not many interior D linemen that gets pressure like that anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say especially the Ravens need that interior presence. They need that
Yeah.
D tackle. They don't really have a D tackle like him.
Going off the C Higgins thing though, what you mean? What would his impact be?
Oh, like oh we were talking about resign period, but I guess we're talking about that. I was saying after him being franchise tag, like his impact be will he like have a breakout season and be better than Jamar Chase? Will we have pretty similar season what he had? Um, well,
I mean, his breakout season already happened though, didn't it? His rookie year.
well, not. I mean, his rookie year, he had 908 yards and 6 touchdowns. That was like he had 1,000 yard season in 2021 and 1,000 yard season in 2022. And last season, he had 656 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's not that good.
But he was hurt though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he only had 42 receptions. But I think that's the reason why he didn't get his contract. That's why he's franchise tag. If he wants to get a pretty good contract next year, he's gonna have to get back in that 1,000 yards.
Well, I don't think his impact is going to change anymore. Jamar Chase is the star of the show, and he Jamar Chase the captain. He's a lieutenant. Yeah.
I mean,
Hopefully he doesn't get hurt, and so he can play. Most
that's what Bisnack was saying. Like he said, it's no shot he being better than Jamar Chase. But
there isn't. I mean, he had his time when Jamar wasn't there, and then once Jamar got there, you take your back seat.
yeah, but, I mean, I still like. I mean, I think if he does what he needs to do or whatever, that can get the Bengals like that can get the Bengals back into some sort of contention.
Yeah, they just had an off season last year, just injuries, and it was just all over the place. But if everybody stays healthy for the most part, they should be fine.
I remember I had Jamar Chase in fantasy. It was amazing for me. We were trying to go back and see if we could find like the fantasy standings or whatever, but we couldn't find it.
Yeah, no, you can only see where you ended off at.
I don't think it still shows it though.
No, it only shows what standing you had, like if you were fourth, fifth, that kind of thing.
No, when I go to fantasy and football, I think the reason why because we didn't do it for we didn't do it for last year. We did it for the year before. Um, But um, yeah, I I think T Higgins. I mean, I think he still has something to prove if he wants that contract. Um, I mean, he could have been good for other teams too, but I think it's just a lot of chemistry they have.
He
And
won't prove himself until he leaves that team. If he wants to be the number one guy, he's never
yeah, I'm
gonna.
not even saying be a number one guy. I'm just saying to get your money, get your contract. They already made the Super Bowl, so he proved himself there.
Yeah, like I said, last season was just the off season for the whole team.
Yeah. Oh, I think I I think like I mean even it being the off season, the division was pretty tough too. I mean the Browns had injuries and they still did well. They ended well because Joe Flacco ended well. I mean the playoffs he didn't look the same playoff Joe that we thought we know and love, but um but um the Steelers they slipped in, they sneaked in and got their playoff spot because they beat the Ravens in like the last week, and I got them that playoff spot. And because of that, the Bengals just missed the playoffs. And I don't know, like the Steelers are always like a sneaky good team. Like, and so the Bengals they gotta be. I mean, the Ravens are healthy now, so I don't think they're beating the Ravens. The Browns are gonna have Deshaun back, and they got a solid roster. The Browns are gonna be hard to beat. So Steelers are really who they're gonna have to beat, and the Steelers are always consistent.
Deshaun is not the person to be on that team. Deshaun was not playing that well, bro.
I mean, he wasn't, but we don't know if he will play well.
No, he's not. I said this before he came back. I saying it after during his comeback, and I'm saying it after he came back. He's not that good. Not anymore.
I was about to say he's not that good. I mean, he's been mainly out and injured for the Browns. He hasn't really had a true shot.
When he's on the field, you see what he can do, and it's not that much, bro. Like
I mean,
it
yeah,
was a
it
struggle
doesn't look
watching.
like he has. It doesn't look like he has that arm anymore. But the past 2 seasons, he's only played 6 games, both seasons. Um,
Hello. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Bing Screen.
Hello. Still can't hear you if you're trying to talk. Okay, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yo, 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 yo.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Try talking again.
I'm talking now. Can you hear me? No one.
Oh, so um, so LeBron hitting 40K. So, my opinion, that just makes him even greater. Honestly, I mean, it's like, oh, it it's like, oh, it. I mean, he's just solidifying himself more as the GOAT day in and day out. Like, I mean, 40K points. Like, no one's has touched that. Like, he already broke Kareem's record. I think was an even greater accomplishment. The 40K just adds on to that accomplishment. If he can get 50K, that will be unbelievable, to be honest. Because 50K, like, I don't think anybody's touching that for real. But it's gonna take a lot for him to get 50K. Like, he's gonna have to play like three to five more seasons and have a consistency of like 38 points per game or something like that. Like or like close to it. Like it. So it's tough. Like, I don't know. Um, I think definitely it's a said he not getting 50K. He ain't playing. He gonna play. He ain't gonna play that long. Oh, that's true. I mean, like, let's be real. He only wants to play with Bronny, so he only playing. He only playing like a good 2-3 more years. 5 years is a stretch. In 2-3 years at that, like, that's if. I mean, if he really wants to play with Bronny, because thing is, Bronny, he's only thinking about teams that are interested in him, and he might just think about going another year in college because he averages like 5 points a game or something like that right now. People are saying like um yeah, he averages 5 points per game. Like that's not like if people are willing to draft him, it's just because of the name at that point. It's just because of the name. Like which is possible. I mean, some some teams just just wait to get it. The name, just take a shot on somebody because of their name, even if they're not that good, just because they have a good shot of being good because of that family gene and that family history. But, I don't know. I I personally, I'm not big on Bronny going 1 year. I'm not big on Bronny going 1 year of college and going straight to the NBA. Like I think that's kind of a stretch in my opinion. Um, I think I think that's just getting into it too much. And now another question about LeBron says, would Curry and LeBron win a championship together? Now, I think personally that they would win a championship if it was prime. But if we're talking about right now, I think they can make it to the finals. If we're talking about right now, I don't think they can. I don't think they can actually win the championship. I mean, if they make it to the finals, there's a good chance they could beat maybe any team in the East. I mean, the East. I mean, I was thinking that, but then how the Celtics just did the Warriors, that was unbelievable. That was a massacre. Like like I they beat them by like 53 points or something like that. Like like if LeBron was to go to the Warriors, I don't think like they're not getting blown out that much by the Celtics if LeBron was on the Warriors. But like um said they could win together, but they can't beat them in the finals though. Um like you're saying they can't beat the Celtics in the finals, or which team are you saying? Oh, the Celtics can't beat the Warriors in the finals. That's true. Like the Warriors got the experience over them. That's why that's exactly what I was saying because Bisnack he was saying the Celtics um that I said who in the East can really hang, they're not hang, but can beat LeBron and Curry on the same team. And most likely it would be LeBron and the Warriors because Curry would not go to the Lakers. If he did go to the Lakers, that's unstoppable. Curry, LeBron, AD. Like that's a big three right there. That's a major three. But LeBron going to the Warriors is still pretty good as well. I mean, Clay's not playing as good. CP3, but LeBron and CP3 playing together, he would motivate CP3 to play better. Clay playing with that much star power, when Clay plays with superstars, he plays better. So Clay would get better. Draymond does Draymond stuff. Kaminga, good defender. The only thing is the Warriors is different between the old Warriors teams and the new Warriors team now is that the Warriors bench used to be better. Like it used to be stacked. It used to be deeper. Those are what wins them championships. Now, I mean, they do have CP3 and Clay coming off the bench, which brings talent off the bench, but it's still not stacked. Like, I wouldn't um I wouldn't bet for um I mean, I think Steph and LeBron just is enough though to win a championship. Like, I think they would win. At least the they will win like one, maybe The other times they might come up short, but they would win at least one, in my opinion. Hypothetical basketball situation: Shaq and Curry versus Jordan and Jokic, and that was basically it was Biznak's thing, and he said he saw uh um like um I guess he saw something on like Twitter or something, and it was saying like all these different teams like who would win if these players were on these teams, and I think he said the other one was like Kobe on um Kobe on let me see. I think um I think it was Kobe on I, I would say the Timberwolves, but the Timberwolves lost by 1 point to the Clippers. Dang, that's tough. Uh, Norman Powell at 24 off the bench. That really helped him. Mike Conley at 0 points, bro. If you would have scored at least once, you would have won the game. Like, come on, Mike Conley, lock in. You the starting point guard. Lock in. But I'm interested in the Suns and Thunder game, though. Hopefully, Thunder lose for this. Timberwolves can get back that first seed. But either way, the he said the best matchup was um or the best two teams from this was Shaq and Curry versus Jordan and Jokic. Like if Shaq was on the Warriors and Jordan was on the Nuggets. Now I think the team would be good, really good with Shaq on the Warriors and stuff. Like that's a really good team. But the Nuggets, like giving Jokic a score that might be even better than him. Only thing is, I don't know if Jokic is guarding Shaq. Like, let's really talk about it. Like, I don't think Jokic can guard Shaq. Like, Shaq's a little too dominant for him. But Jordan's gonna be cooking. Yeah, I think Shaq and Curry's losing too. I mean, Jordan and Jokic, like you, when you have someone that can score that much, that can take the scoring away from scoring pressure away from Jokic, like look at how good the Nuggets are right now. And with that, and then it's not like that's it either. Like they still got people that can score now. Like they got Michael Porter Jr. who can score. They got Jamal Murray. They even got Aaron Gordon who puts in some scoring too. So um yeah, I think Aaron Gordon, like he's a good defender too. Like he's very underrated, to be honest. But Jamal and Jordan in the backcourt, if we get that Jamal Murray from the finals too, like man, he was looking like Jordan. He was looking like Jordan. It would be funny to see those two together for real. Um, but next one, we said should Kyrie's number be retired by the Cavs? Now, what Viznak told me is that um Let me see. You said yes, and it will be. Wait, LeBron? LeBron's still wearing 6? I thought. Oh, I guess it said anybody currently wearing 6, they get to keep 6 until they retire or something like that. I think I remember seeing that. Oh, um, it, but but thing is that oh I think oh yeah. So let me see it. They and they don't have LeBron's 23 retired yet either for the Cavs. Um, um, but Bisnack said somebody. I think he said Brad Daltrey. He he said he did like no, he was all star for the Cavs and stuff. So I don't know who he was talking about, but he said someone for the Cavs had their number retired that shouldn't have had it retired. But um but I don't I think Kyrie it it depends because like the Cavs fans they probably they're more for their people. You said I'm lagging out. Terrell said I'm lagging out. Mm, no, Terrell not even in here. Nah, he sent it at 10:16. Um, he was responding. Um, he was responding to what I said at 8:51. But um, but um, yeah, I think I think that um I'm trying to think. I think Kyrie his number might get retired, but the thing is that the reason why I can see it doesn't is just because the fans don't want it to get retired. Like if because the Cavs franchise and owner is mainly for the fans, and like LeBron's definitely gonna get retired by the Cavs. Like that's a definite. But on the other hand, Kyrie, like I I don't I don't really know, like because um it mm, for the Cavs his number was 11. That's already retired by um um Big Z. I said the number 11 is already retired by um they already retired it to um Big Z. Zydronis, it was Goskis. Yeah. Mm. So I mean, it is what it is. And the last thing talking about was the Elimination Chamber. I know you didn't watch it or whatever, but it was cool. It was a solid show. Um it just um had tag match um between Judgment Day and Newcastle Republic. It was a great match. Um had the women's elimination chamber and men's elimination chamber. Two great matches as well. And then um and then had Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley, which is a solid match. It was kind of dominated by Nia Jax, and then Rhea Ripley got the W at the end. So it was like a good finish, but kind of a bad match. But that definitely, I would say, better pay per view than Royal Rumble because it was like Royal Rumble didn't have that many matches either, and it wasn't anything really exciting. Like the women's elimination chamber, men's elimination chamber, and that tag match was amazing. Those were bangers after bangers after bangers. Everything was good about the show besides the main event that was all right. But WrestleMania is coming up though. WrestleMania is where it's gonna be at. That's what I'm excited for. WrestleMania for that to be good. But I think that's enough said, and I'm gonna end it here. Talk about some more another time, but it was a good show. It's too bad I couldn't hear you, but at least I could see your text messages and stuff. And that's the conclusion of the BIP podcast season 3. New season starting. We in this. Yes, sir. It's it's uh it's a good time to have another season of the VIP podcast, man. Just keep going strong, and we'll see you next time.